The second leg of the 14th ANC Gauteng Provincial Conference is officially underway at the Birchwood Hotel in Boksburg. The conference is expected to discuss its policy documents and vote in its new PEC. Mbali Thethani is following developments there, and she joins us now to be in conversation with the newly elected Deputy Provincial Secretary. Morning, Mbali. Afternoon.
We're coming to you live from Birchwood Hotel, and this is where the ANC's Gauteng Conference continues. You'd remember just 2 weeks ago they had convened at the Lakeside Hotel, and of course that conference being marred by a number of delays and court battles and only managing to vote in a top 5. So of course they still need to deal with a number of their commissions, and of course are looking into policies that will guide the province, especially come the 2024 elections. But at the same time, they are also expected to vote in at least those 40 additional members that will form part of the PEC. But just to give us a bit of more insight in terms of what to expect further, today we are joined by the newly elected Provincial Deputy Secretary. Her name is Thethani Motara. Let's start off here, Thethani. Congratulations. How has your 2 weeks been as the newly elected Deputy PS?
Thank you so much, Mbali. Well, it's been quite busy, hectic. We were part of preparing quite intimately now for the continuation of conference. So you have a conference steering committee which is led and constituted by the Secretariat across the province. So we were thrown as newly elected right into the deep end to make sure that we prepare for today and tomorrow. So it's been busy, hectic, a lot of expectations. I think we have an example of what not to do, and I think everything that we have tried to prepare for this 2 days has been to make sure that a repeat of 2 weeks ago doesn't happen.
Of course, last time you did not manage to vote in those 40 additional members. We are expecting that. But at the same time, very important to you, it is the road to 2024. And a number of experts have said that the ANC can expect a dip below 50%. So, of course, while you discuss those policy documents, you will be trying to ensure that the country or the province doesn't slip through your hands.
No, most certainly. I think a key to the 2 days is we've got to spend a lot of time looking at just internal and external forces, the balance thereof, look at what would work in our favor, what won't work in our favor, analyze what we have before us as a province and the demographics of the province and voting patterns. A lot of research goes into the work that we do towards elections. But really, not only for elections, also that this conference is right on the doorstep of the National Policy Conference, as well as the National Conference in December. So it gives us an opportunity as Gauteng to really consolidate our views to be deposited in both the policy and national conference that will basically give us the direction that the organization and the country is going to go into towards the next 5 years.
Thethani, speaking to a number of those who follow the politics of the ANC, you would be told that when it comes to the ANC in Gauteng, you play a major role in terms of influencing a policy at a national level. So you really have a really crucial task that you need to follow, and hence why we see ourselves here in this conference also resuming its work.
Definitely. Historically, Gauteng has always played a major role in shaping and really giving a lot of impetus to national policy discourse. I think what we've really been on the back foot for a number of years, for quite some time, and what we want is really to be able to take back that key strategic voice and key strategic position that Gauteng has really what has become expected of Gauteng to be able to produce. We also want to live up to that expectation ourselves. In the country broadly, people in Gauteng, citizens of Gauteng, members of the ANC, non-members of the ANC, are waiting to hear what are our policy proposals. And if we're silent as Gauteng, the economic hub of the country, it doesn't bode well for the future of the country. So we want to really use this opportunity to be able to step up to the plate and provide much needed direction and our voice towards those policy matters going forward.
Taking it back to conference, we saw it starting a bit late this morning. You were expected to start off at 10 o'clock, but you started at around 12 o'clock, if I can be correct in that timing approach. But when you're looking at the meetings in which you guys had, why did we see that delay? And can we expect that this conference will continue as expected according to your program?
No, most definitely. I think a bit of the delay was just that we had wanted to start registration a bit early. On a Saturday morning, it was extremely cold this morning, so our delegates just started arriving later. We did start with the registration at 7, but there were fewer than expected people. They then continued to sort of start streaming in from about 8:30 onwards. We then gave ample amount of time for the delegates to arrive to register. The meeting that we went into was nothing except just to give a report of where we are, the state of readiness to begin, how the program will will outline the program and how we plan to for the 2 days to unfold. So it was not a lot of contentious issues at all. Unlike 2 weeks ago, we were dealing with quite a number of contentious issues. The morning was really just about logistics, the fact that we had, we thought that 7 o'clock would be a good time so that we can kick off at 10. Being cold, I'm sure some people wanted to sleep in, a lot of people working yesterday, so we just gave that sort of leeway. Yes, we've started at 12, but we have already concluded the presentation on the strategy and tactics as well as the balance of forces by 2 presenters. We'll now get into discussions, commissions. While commissions are in session, the Electoral Commission will then prepare for us to vote. When those ballots are ready, from commissions, voting will take place. We want commissions to really run through beyond lunch, even beyond dinner, as late as about 9:30, 10 p.m. tomorrow, so that we really have quite a very rich outcome. We want an outcome that sees leadership of the ANC from the length and breadth of the province, from as far flung as Orange Farm to Sandton, from Benoni to very far flung areas in the province, to come together to discuss those policy matters.
Thank you very much. Of course, that is Thethani Motara just talking about that program that we are expecting that this province will be able to deal with. We know that there are still 9 more commissions that they need to sit in, and there's still that issue around voting in those 40 members who will form part of the PEC.
Mbali, Thethani, thank you.